Right, we're looking at cumulative frequency. Now, in an exam, I've drawn this extra sort of column here called cumulative frequency. All right, in the exam, you probably won't get that, but you'll get space next to your table where you can draw your own. All right, but cumulative literally means it's the frequency up to a certain point. So up to this point, so the end of this group here, right, the frequency adds up to 15. Alright, so if I now rub that out, up to this point here, the frequency is 15 add 24. So it's this one and this one. And so that's 39. I'll rub them out again. So you're working out the frequency up to that point, and ultimately what you'll spot is 39 add 21. So I'm just adding on the next frequency. And I've got 80 in total. Alright, so literally all I'm doing is adding up the frequency as I go up to a certain point. Now when I come to plot that on a graph, I always plot at the top of the group because it's the frequency up to the end of that. So up to the end of that, up to the end. So these are what I'm plotting. Okay, so at 20 I'm plotting 15, so I'm going to be putting a cross there. Now I'm putting one at 0, 0 because presumably nobody's travelled no distance or no kilometres or whatever. Alright, so there you go. Next one, 39, I'm plotting at 40, so on my scale this is the best I could do with the software I had available. I'm going to plot about there. So remember, plot at the top of the group, 60, 60. And 80, 71, which is there, and then 180. Now, what they often do in exams, and I've done here, is they've given you more scale than they need. So this bit here, right, you don't need. Okay, so you're going up to 80. They'll often list 80 in the oops, that's not actually wholly accurate. So something like that. It's a bit difficult for me to draw on this. Okay, and what you'll find is all cumulative frequency graphs are sort of stretched out S shape normally, or some sort of curve. You are supposed to draw them freehand as well. Now there are various things we can calculate from these, and I'll show you what we can do. So first things first, we're going to do the median. Now the median, you know already, is halfway up the data. So we're going to go halfway up the x-axis that I've used. So I need to go to 40 because it goes up to 80, and look at that, there we go. I go to the curve, read down. Oops, that's not very accurate actually at all. So I'm going to try that again. There we go. So I go to there and then down, that's better. Right, and it's just over 40, so the median, right, I go halfway up, read off, and I get about 41, 42. You'll get a bit of leeway there. Right, so don't panic too much. Now, the next thing you might be asked to do is the interquartile range. So the interquartile range, sometimes known as IQR, I don't know why I'm doing it in green again, I need to do it in different colour. Why don't we do blue? Right, so IQR is the upper quartile, or I don't know why I put that there, minus the lower quartile. So IQR in this case is now the upper quartile. I'll go 3 quartiles. Actually, it's easy to do the lower quartile first. So I go to 20 as a quarter of the way up, isn't it? 20 is a quarter of the way up, read down, and that's about 27. Okay, and the upper quartile, I go 3 quarters of the way up. Well, basically, I take a quarter off the total. So there you go, 80 minus 20 is 60. And we already know that one, don't we? It's 60 when I read it. So got to read quite carefully, and you should get an interquartile range of 33. Alright, so basically cumulative frequency, you'll get a frequency table. Just add the frequency up as you go. Plot your graph at the top of the group, so because it's the frequency up to the end of the group, as it were, and make sure you read off carefully and accurately.